Greetings, friends. This Sunday is the most holy solemnity of the Trinity. And this is a very special Sunday, coming as it does right after Pentecost. Next week after this will be the precious body and blood of Christ. And so we have a number of very important solemnities. And our readings for the Most Holy Trinity begin in Exodus. Exodus chapters 34. The context is that Moses said, "Show me your glory." And Yahweh says, "Well, you can't. No man can really see me and live, but I'll pass by and I'll call out my name, and you shall see my back parts," whatever that means. But in chapter 34, Yahweh actually passes by, and he says his name, a double repetition, just to show the solemnity of what's going on. That this thing is what's happening here is absolutely unique. It just doesn't happen. Okay, this is to have Yahweh, God, the Creator, pass by. Wow. And he declared his name. He said, "Yahweh, Yahweh." A God of mercy and compassion. He's long suffering, full of grace and truth. Grace, the word chesed is really covenant loyalty, and truth means fidelity, but truth, And Moses, he made haste to fall on his face before this revelation as God passed by him. And then in our New Testament reading, we've got the famous John 3:16 and 17, "For God so loved the world." But right before that, we have John 1:14, which encapsulates the whole gospel, where the apostles said, and the Word, which is Jesus, dwelt among us. But really, the word there is tabernacled among us, just like Yahweh filled the tabernacle in the Old Testament. And we beheld, we saw his glory, just like Moses saw the glory. The apostles saw the glory of God in Jesus Christ. And it says, full of grace and truth. Only Yahweh is full of grace and truth. And here John is saying that we experience Jesus as Yahweh, full of chesed, which is loving kindness, grace, and full of truth. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." And truth is indicative of who Yahweh is, and Jesus is the truth. So we see that Jesus Christ, who is the only begotten Son of God, is Yahweh. So can it be that we have God the Father, and then God the Son, who reveals himself, and we experience him as Yahweh, and the Holy Spirit? Well, we don't get there with our minds. Okay, it's a revelation that God has given us, and it is a mystery. Okay, so it's good to employ our minds to try and understand it. But in the end, our understanding cannot grasp the whole thing. We grasp it with our hearts, because Jesus is the love of God expressed to us through the Holy Spirit. I mean, it's all Father, Son, Holy Spirit's all wrapped up in this mystery that we experience. So the world out there cannot get this. Paul says it's only by the Holy Spirit that someone can call Jesus Yahweh, the Lord. And if you believe that Jesus is Yahweh, well then you should rejoice, because that has come to you through the Holy Spirit. It's a revelation of Jesus to us. And so, like the apostles, we experience God as Father, as Jesus taught us, as Son, as Jesus taught us, and as the Holy Spirit, who is the teacher of us and the one who brings these very, very complex mysteries to our hearts and make them real to us. So anyways, these are some of the thoughts in preparation for Holy Trinity. See you in church on Sunday.